Hi, and welcome to New Start Now. My name is Kathy, and today we have with us Dr. Eddie Ramirez. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me here to the house of the New Start.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad that you're here. What are you going to share with us today about dress? This sounds interesting.
That's right. We're going to talk a little bit about the physiology of dress.
Okay.
If you go to any supermarket today, you're going to see a lot of magazines close to the checkout line. And they're all the time talking about how to be sexy and how to do this and do that. But I'm sure they're not aware of the physiology of dress.
I'm sure they're not.
The way that our body works is that we have a very complex network of blood vessels. And the body needs to have an optimum temperature in order for the functions of the body to be on the optimum level.
Okay.
There are certain things, very small, tiny little particles in our bodies called the enzymes. Okay. And the enzymes are those substances that help us to do chemical reactions in our body in an efficient way. Okay. Now, those enzymes are related to the temperature. When the enzyme doesn't have the right temperature, then it cannot do its function in the proper way. Things go slower if it's too high, things go slower if it's too low. That's why the body constantly is working to keep our body temperature at the optimum level. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we live in a world that has a lot of variations in the temperature. So our Creator designed a special system in our body to try to compensate that. And there's a complex network of blood vessels in our surface of all of our skin. And those blood vessels open and close according to the temperature of the outside. In that way, let's say it's getting too hot, then the blood vessels close. That means that less blood is running through there, less heat is running through there, and that heat concentrates in the inside. The opposite happens when it's too cold. That's right, then those blood vessels open, and then that blood can come out and help warm up the skin. Okay. Now, especially in certain areas of the world where it's cold, then those places, if you are not dressed properly, you get yourself in trouble. The body can compensate up to a certain point. And if you are not helping your body with the proper clothing, then your body is doing extra efforts to try to warm up things. Okay. We have noticed that things like PMS, you can aggravate a PMS if you, for example, don't cover well your legs. You know? Also, there's reflex action. For example, the soils of your foot are related to your sinuses, your brain, your lungs, and your bladder. That's why if you walk barefooted, what happens to your nose?
It starts to run.
Because of that reflex action that happens there.
Now, is that barefooted without, just totally barefooted, or what about flip-flops? A lot of people are wearing flip-flops.
If the feet are cold, then you're going to have that reflex action. Okay. So as a general rule, limbs should be thoroughly covered. That's right. Of course, using logic. If it's too warm, of course, you need to remove the layers. Okay. So we're going to use common sense, and we're going to help our body work in an optimum level. And again, we're not talking about here morality. That's another topic separate. Right. We're talking about here physiology. This is the way that our body works. So I'm going to challenge our viewers to try it out. Make sure they're thoroughly covered, and they'll see the big difference that it happens in their health.
Well, that's neat. So we need to make sure we keep our slippers on around the house and be careful when we're outside walking around. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who would like more information, please visit our website at newstart.com, and we'll have some information for you there. Thank you, and God bless.